good morning. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Okay, tell us something about yourself.
So my name is Cristel Abello. I'm representing the beautiful province of Aklan. I am the daughter to OFW parents, but although I was raised in the States, I was raised to be 100% Filipino. Pusong Pinoy talaga ako.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? And what does it mean?
One beautiful word in my language is guapa. And I think that just solidifies and represents the Aklanon trait of us Filipinos being beautiful.
What one learning experience that you had as a child made much impact on you?
One learning experience that I had as a child was growing up in the States. I grew up in the States, but we were very Filipino in the household, from the values that were instilled into our home, to the food that we ate, and also to the language that we speak at the house. Hindi nga pumayag si mami na hindi kami magtagalog sa bahay. And through that, I really embraced and loved and learned through my culture, and it really solidified my identity as a person, as a Aklanon, and as a Filipino.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during this pandemic?
During this pandemic, I have learned that one important lesson of bayanihan. It's really important for us, mga Pilipino, to stand together, to unite together, and to extend ourselves to help each other.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
If I win Miss Universe Philippines, I will help my community by extending myself through the use of social media. And I want to use my platform to really use my voice to extend myself and to help my community by raising awareness. And I really want to show the people that I'm here, genuine, with or without the crown, that I really want to help and instill positivity and hope with everyone.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is a color that you feel confident in. I think that it could be any color as long as you feel proud to wear it. And if you feel beautiful in it, then I think bagay na bagay sa'yo, di pak na pak.
What skills does the workplace of the future need, since working from home now is the new one?
So the skills that that we need to have instilled into our home is, I think that kahit nasa bahay, dapat ganado pa rin sa bahay, and that we should still be appreciative of being at home, and that we're still being able to given the chance to work, and we should really appreciate that. Dapat ganado pa rin sa bahay, patuloy-tuloy pa rin ang trabaho. Just because we are in the new normal, it doesn't mean that life doesn't stop.
If you have a chance to name one spot, man-made or natural, in your province or city that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be and why?
Of course, I would want to promote the beautiful island of Boracay. Of course, it is known as paradise to many, and of course, it is a place where you can just relax, and it is incomparable to other places around the world even. It is one of the most highlighted tourist destinations of the Philippines, and most importantly, I think ang pinaka-importante, ang generosity, ang hospitality ng mga Aklanon.
There's a campaign to #LoveLocal. Which local product would you promote and why?
Which local product I would promote? So, love local. The local product that I would promote siguro sa ngayon would probably be ang food natin. I think I would want to promote our food because our food is very relevant. No matter how old, how young we are, we can all sama-sama together, and it brings us all together.
And lastly, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think what young people should focus on is believing in themselves. I think from this journey, I have learned to really believe in myself and to earn the confidence. And I think that a lot of young people, our young generation, is lacking today the belief and the confidence in themselves to push themselves forward and to also be positive and to uplift. If you are positive in yourself, then you can continue to uplift others. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Hi, good morning. Kamusta?
Oh. Tell us something about yourself.
Of course. Sige. So, I am Paula Margarita Ortega, and I'm representing the home of our majestic Mayon volcano, Albay. I am a full-blooded Filipina who was born and raised in Spain. I got my MEDAP and nurse degrees in Universidad de Barcelona, Spain. And because I love nurturing people, I love helping people. I love reaching out to them. That's why I pursued to be a nurse. So, I love going out with my friends. I'm a social butterfly. I love dancing, and Sorry.
You
Okay.
can't breathe. Because
Yeah.
of coffee? Or you're
No, it's just nervousness. Sorry po.
Well,
Okay.
what is one beautiful word in your language? If you
Okay.
know anything in Bicolano, ano
Bicolano.
does it mean?
Daragan Magayon. Daragan Magayon is actually a legend in our Bicol area that is representing the beautiful mountains in our region, and it's about how beautiful our nature is. I think it really portrays that, and I really like that word. Daragan Magayon. Diba?
What one learning experience that you had as a child made much impact on you?
As a child, well, definitely a lot, but definitely it has to be about friendship. I've realized with time, I've always been very open to everyone, but I realized with time that you have to nurture your friendships in order to keep them and to be with them. Because if not, they will forget about you and you won't click with anymore. So yeah, friendship.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during the pandemic?
Oh, so many, so many. But the biggest realization is that you cannot control everything. There's things you can control, things you cannot control. So focus on the things you can control to improve yourself and actually make an impact to everyone. So yeah,
If you win the crown, how will you help your community?
definitely it would be by promoting and advocating how important the healthcare system is. And I think now it's very relevant and timely. People have realized if we don't have a healthcare system, everything goes down. So I really want to advocate that because it's a human right. We deserve proper healthcare. So I would promote healthcare.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
The colors of the Filipino flag: white, red, and blue, and gold. Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal Filipino woman.
Okay, so working from home now is the new norm.
I know.
So, what skills does the workplace of the future need? What do you think
What's
is what skills does the workplace of the future need?
mhm,
Since everything, almost everything now is work from
online?
home.
Well, definitely having internet skills, computer skills. It's very now important to work with social media, with platforms such as Google Meet or Zoom, and also to really work with presentations because now we cannot present with our bodies. We have to present through a screen. So we have to make our best effort to present it on different platforms such as PowerPoint or more than there's out there to show what we have.
So, can you name one spot, whether it's man-made or natural, from Albay
Mhm.
that you would like to promote to the world?
I might sound cliche, but I really love and I think it's so majestic. Our Mayon volcano it has such a perfect triangle shape. It's a perfect volcano, diba? And what I love the most, it's still dangerous because it's still active. So that's a beauty in it. You have to take care of it and be aware of it in order to admire its beautiful, iconic figure.
Okay. But there's a campaign to hashtag love local. Which local product would you promote and why?
Well, as a chocolate lover, I would promote chocolate because actually I found out it's very sustainable to grow cacao in our grounds and in our country. And for example, Dabao's chocolate is amazing. I always buy local chocolate from Dabao because it's really good and it's actually healthy. So best things in both worlds.
Okay, and lastly, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
To be truly yourself, to find your values, and that is something I will always instill on. Educate yourself, work, get out there, get out of your comfort zone and find what you want to do in your life in order to influence other people to do even better. So yeah, I want to instill that to our generation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this. It was
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Malta muna nga para ano.
Interesting and fun.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Tell us something about it.
I'm Josel Marie Robenta. I'm 23 years old. I am representing the beautiful province of Antique. Well, personality-wise, I am an extrovert kind of person. I always love to go out, and I love the beach so much, the mountains. That's why in Antique you can find everything there. And I am proud to be a registered nurse. I worked for 2 years in a hospital back in Cebu City.
What one beautiful word in an
Kinaraya. Yes,
what
Karaya,
does it mean?
or dialect.
One beautiful word.
Guapa. It's definitely a beautiful word because guapa means beautiful. So I can say guapa. Every Antiqueña is really beautiful. Not just Antiqueña, but all Filipinas are beautiful. So guapa.
What one learning experience that you had as a child made much impact on you?
As a child, I think it is not caring, not literally just not caring, but having the you are always just positive in every move you make. You don't think about what is the consequences behind it. You're just enjoying the moment. You're making the most out of everything if you're a child. So yeah, that's it.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during this pandemic?
I think it is being compassionate at all times, because being compassion, it comprises everything already: love, kindness, humility, generosity. Being compassionate leads you to something wonderful, like especially in this time of pandemic. Everyone needs love, everyone needs the help of one another, so it is being compassion.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
If I win Miss Universe Philippines, I will definitely help my community by pursuing my advocacy, which is quality healthcare for all Filipinos. And it is very timely and relevant to what is happening right now because we are in the pandemic. And quality healthcare just doesn't mean we just don't want quality healthcare, but it is a priority, and we all need quality healthcare.
Well, working from home now is the new norm. So, what skills does the workplace of the future need?
Simply doing chores at home is a need, and everybody needs to be clean, to know household, to know basic household chores, because most millennials nowadays are on their phones, right? So it is one way, actually, by staying at home, that our parents can teach us.
If there's one spot, man made or natural, that you would like to promote from your city to the world, what would it be?
I think that would be Bugasong River from Antique, because I can say that Bugasong River is the cleanest river in the Philippines. So just by saying that it is the cleanest river, you can actually say that, oh, Antiqueños are really hardworking, and as well they are concerned of their environment. So it is Bugasong River.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman, I think every color, because it's not about the color, actually, it's about you, yourself within. If you are a phenomenal woman, then you can wear any color because you are phenomenal.
Love it. Well, there's a campaign to hashtag love local.
Okay,
So
yes.
what local product would you promote and launch?
In Antique, of course, our local product is patadyong, the weaving art of patadyong. And you can really see that patadyong is just a simple kind of cloth, but the hard work of the Antiqueños by making it, it what makes it beautiful.
And lastly, what is one thing that young people like you should focus on?
I think one thing that young people like me should focus on is not, you should not kowtow to the society. You should not, um, you should not follow what is the typical stereotype of the society, because you are unique. You are you. You have to be proud of who you are. You have to be authentic at all times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I am Skelly Ivy, Florida, and I am an only child. I grew up without a father, and I was also raised by a single mother. When I was a child, honestly, I experienced being bullied, but because of how my mother raised me, I know that I should be confident with myself. And with that, I know that she raised me to become a better person right now. And that's why I am also here.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? Then what does it mean? One beautiful word lang. At anong ibig sabihin?
I think it's guapa. It means beautiful because it really gives confidence to, especially the ladies who don't feel confident with themselves. And when you say it to them, like you say, hello, guapa, and then they just smile and then they think that they're really beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Thank you.
Next question. So, what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Honestly, it's, as I said a while ago, I experienced being bullied and I overcome that. And now that I am confident with myself, I also want others to feel the same way too. To be, for me to be an inspiration to others now that I am here.
Here naman something more recent. So, what is the most important lesson that you learned during the pandemic?
I think the most important lesson I've learned is patience because everything right now is delayed. And right now, we need to be patient on the specific goals that we want to go or wherever we want to go. And now that if we really have patience, we know that we can achieve those goals that we want to do in the near future.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
Winning Miss Universe, I mean, it's being a voice, a spokesperson, and a symbol of hope to everyone. And also as an influencer, I'm going to use this because I know that I can communicate to different organizations with the things that I can do, especially during this pandemic, to help people who really needs help in these times of the pandemic. And that's all.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
It's yellow because it's bright and you can really see it that easily.
You mentioned about being an influencer. Um, what can you name a spot or whether it's a man-made or natural spot in Biliran that you would like to promote to the world?
I would think of Tomalistis Falls. It's located in the Kaibiran place in Biliran. It is actually known as the world's sweetest water in the Guinness Book of World Records before. So I really want people to go there and really taste the water in there so that they would know how sweet it is. I mean, I've been there and I really love it in there because it's like a waterfalls near the ocean. So it's like you're gonna swim in the waterfalls and then it's the ocean right there.
We've been hearing the word work from home this past few months. What do you think are the skills that an individual or a person should develop in what we call the workplace of the future?
I think the skills that we develop there is it's like you learn more, especially on the techie stuff in the computer, especially in the old generation that they have less knowledge about that. And I think it's a one of the good things that people should learn about, especially for the older generations. And it is one of the things that the younger generations could have more bondings with the younger generations. They can teach you.
Biliran. But
Yes.
you know this campaign hashtag Love Local.
Yes.
So what local products would you want to promote and why?
It's the food. We have there a suman. Our suman is kind of different because we have like different flavors. Like we have mango, chocolate, ube, and I think that's kind of unique. It's one of the unique stuff in Biliran.
Lastly, what is that one thing that you think young people like you should focus on?
I think young people like me should focus on our future goals because we need to set something that we think that's good for us and not just for us, but also for the community. We need not to think about ourselves only, but especially now in the pandemic, we need to like help one another so that we can be better in the near future.
Along with 30-second rule,
Yes, I was informed by Angel.
even with the first question that I'll ask you, tell us something about yourself.
Hello, my name is Pauline Cucharo Amlings. I'm your Boholana Belgian from, of course, the beautiful province of Bohol. My dad is a Belgian and I'm Filipina. So I'm like a mix of both cultures in one. And I'm very excited to be here today.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
I would like to choose the word pohon. It means hopefully. It's a word that we use whenever we talk about something that is going to happen in the future. Like, I'm going to join Miss Universe Philippines, pohon, hopefully, with God's blessing.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made much impact on you?
One learning experience I had as a child was that I had to not be shy when it comes to myself and when it comes to my body and my capacities. I was very shy, always in the corner. But my mom and my dad always kept telling me, you have to really be out there. That's the only way for you to grow. That's the only way for you to shine.
And then, what is that one major lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
Whew. I think I learned so many things from cooking to planting. But I think one thing that I really learned is how interconnected everything really is. From the animal world to the human world, from communities, inter-province. And I think that that just reminds me of the fact that we all play a part in fighting this pandemic and that we can all rise together.
Well, if you win the crown, how will you help your community?
I would want to be a spokesperson and a rallying point to bring people together in meaningful conversation and together look for solutions. And I think that with this platform of influence, that's something I can really do.
What color symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Oh, that's very interesting. For this moment, I would like to choose pink. Pink is the color that would symbolize me as a phenomenal woman. And pink is also something that you will have to watch out for during my performances for preliminary or evening gown. I'm not going to mention which one, but I'll just tell you that. And it's also my favorite color. I have an emotional relation with that color because every time my dad would give me gifts, it would always be something pink.
I'm excited to see all your pink outfits in the next few days.
Yes.
I'm also excited to find out.
Yeah.
So if given a chance to promote to the world a spot, whether man-made or natural in Bohol, what would it be?
I would have to choose the Lobok River Cruise. The Lobok River, I don't know if you've tried it. I hope that you've had. You tried it? So hopefully then you agree with me. The Lobok River Cruise is really one of the more amazing things that you can do in Bohol. It's not just good food. It's not just you being on that river cruise, but it allows you to interact with the locals in dance and in song. And every time I'm there, I always make it a point for me to dance at tinikling with the locals, even though I risk getting my feet hurt with the bamboo. But it's really one of the things I would want everyone to know about here in Bohol.
Let's go on the work side now. That's recreation. Now let's go to the work side. We've been hearing the word work from home.
Yes.
So what do you think are the skills that you need to develop for the workplace of the future, as we call it?
Whew, I have worked from home also during the first few months of the pandemic. I'm sorry, it's a bit cold. During the first few months of the pandemic. And I think patience is one thing that we all need to work on ourselves, especially with the internet connection that we have at home. There's so many times that I've had meetings and then my internet connection would fade out and then I wouldn't hear the rest of it. I think patience above everything else is something that we need to work on. And from then on, we at least have the clear mind to work on everything else.
There's a campaign called #LoveLocal.
Okay.
So if you had a local product that you had to promote, what would it be?
It would definitely be raffia from Tubigon Loom Weavers. I'm not wearing it at the moment. I will be wearing it for one of the segments.
So one of the things that I would also look forward to see.
Definitely, yes. I'm not going to indulge any more information about that, but raffia is really a product that's from my hometown in Tubigon. And it really takes so many people to make a raffia roll. And there's so much thought and effort that goes into it. And it's a beautiful product with so many possibilities.
What is one thing that you think young people should focus on?
At the moment, it's really staying strong and continuing their dreams of educating themselves, even during these pandemic times. We all are having a hard time, but that doesn't mean that our dreams, our passions are canceled. They're just on hold. And I think that they all need to have hope in their hearts to continue what they're dreaming on and to somehow make their dreams still come true.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danica Madrid Reynes. I'm 28 years old. I'm passionate about music. I'm a singer-performer. I represented the Philippines in the World Championships of Performing Arts in Hollywood, California. And it's like Olympics for talent. And I'm also passionate about travel. I'm a former overseas Filipino worker as an international flight attendant based in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And that gave me the chance to travel and to support my family financially. And I met people from different walks of life.
So I need one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
Agyamanak apo. Salamat, Diyos. It's beautiful.
Yamanak means salamat.
Yeah. All right. About your childhood naman, what is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
When I was a child, my parents brought me and my brother with them in a remote municipality in Visayas. So they went on a medical mission that went for a few years. I was still a toddler that time. And that's life-changing for me because at a very young age, I was able to experience that humble life. No electricity at night, chickens everywhere. It is a remote municipality. And so growing up, I aspire to be like my parents.
Next, what is that most important lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
I've learned how to be grateful each day. Like today is a great day to be alive. So, and I've learned not to take things for granted. Like, for example, my loved ones, I already miss them. So every kiss, every touch, every small conversations that you have with them, don't take it for granted. And also, for the society, I've learned that it doesn't discriminate. So why do that to your brothers and sisters? I've learned a lot.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
I uphold music and arts therapy. I believe in the power of our skills and talents because I know that we have to give importance to our mental health because it's just as important as physical health. And so for the youth, whenever they use their talents to empower themselves, they will channel their energy into that straight path and they will be away from the bad influences of life. So I think that we must empower the youth with their talents.
What do you think? What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenon woman?
Color? The color red. Because I think red is the universal color for love. And if you're a phenomenal woman, you should be filled with love. Love not just for yourself, for God, for family, for everyone. Because the universe is so vast. And I think that Miss Universe Philippines must have a spacious space of her heart to give to everyone.
Speaking of space, we've been hearing the word work from home. Ito yung narinig natin recently. So what skills do you think we need for this, for the so-called work from home, which is the workplace of the future?
I always see my father working from home because he's one of the vulnerable groups. So he must stay at home. And I saw that since he is so used to working with other people, I saw how he adjusted very well. So I think we must do the same. Whatever work we have, we must be very adapted to our environment. We must not be choosy. We must be thankful that we are alive and with our families. So I think that any skills would also be enhanced when you're in a quarantine working from home, such as cooking, gardening, plantita.
Name one spot, whether man-made or natural, in your province that you would like to promote to the world.
You guys should go to Calao Cave. So it's composed of 7 chambers. So you can just imagine. And then I went to this main cave. It has a natural vent. So you don't need any electricity because the sunlight will go directly there. And then there's an altar, there's a grotto, and you can even have weddings there. So it's very natural, energy saving location. And I hope that it will be very famous soon all over the world.
There's a campaign called #LoveLocal. So what local product would you want to promote and why?
There's this local product from my childhood, and up to now, it's still my favorite, the Carabao sweet candy. I think it should be distributed to the whole world because it's actually the asset of Cagayan province because we produce not just agricultural products, we also have the livestock products. And one of those, of course, is from the Carabao. So I know you guys have already tried that, but I think the whole world must try that too.
Last question is, what one thing do you think should young people focus on? Young people like you.
Young people like me, I think since we have pandemic and since most people are now at home and they are really relying on internet and everything, I think we must not cancel special education. We must not cancel our work, education, and all our priorities even before the pandemic. Because even though that we have this pandemic all around us, life is not canceled, and we must go on because there's always hope.
We
Hi.
have 30 seconds for question from us. The first one would be, can you tell us more about yourself?
Okay, so maray na aga sa Indogabos. I'm Crisaline Moreno. You can call me Kia. I'm 25 years old and I'm representing my beautiful province of Camarines Sur. I graduated magna cum laude from the University of Santo Tomas. I took up travel management because it has been a childhood dream of mine to become a flight attendant. Now I'm working as a flight attendant for Cebu Pacific.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
One beautiful bird. It's magayon. Actually, it literally means beautiful. And for me, magayon does not mean being beautiful physically, but also inside. When you say someone is magayon, she or he is beautiful inside and outside. So, Oragon. It's Oragon in Bicol. Another word, very beautiful word. It means strong and palaban, Oragon.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
One learning experience. I really value education. I am an overachiever ever since I was a little kid. So I really try to do my best in terms of my studies. That's why I was able to graduate with Latin honors because I value the gift of education given to me by my parents because I believe that this will pave the way for me to get more opportunities in life to reach my dreams. So this through education I was able to learn a lot of things and yeah.
So what about in this pandemic? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned in this pandemic is the value of helping one another and compassion and solidarity. I am very proud that Filipinos, us Filipinos, were able to show the true spirit of bayanihan through helping one another, even if we are struggling in our own ways, and we are helping one another in our little ways. And I believe that there is hope in unity and solidarity.
If you win as Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
I can be able to be of help to my community in a lot of ways. First of all, I will be a spokesperson to the causes that the organization is pushing for and to my cause, which is pushing for responsible tourism. It is mainly educating people on how they can become responsible travelers as well as locals. I believe it's very timely and relevant that we instill in us the values of responsibility, discipline, and respect, because it is how we will progress as a nation.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenon woman?
A color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman is, for me, it's color white. White for me is very simple. You know, you don't to be phenomenal. You don't have to be extravagant. You just have to be simple and pure and clean, as the color white.
A lot of people are doing work from home now.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the skills needed for what you call the workplace of the future?
Yeah, for me, it's very important that you know technical skills. Of course, you have to be acquainted with how you use the computer. It's hard to work from home if you're not used to using the computer. And of course, you have to know how to talk to people, to communicate, because most of the time now we are using Zoom, and you have to be able to know how to talk, to converse with people, and to communicate with them to be effective.
If there's one spot man-made or natural in Camarines Sur that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
Of course, definitely. I would like to promote Caramoan Islands. It's one of the beautiful islands that I've been to in the Philippines. You know, I've been to a lot of places here in the Philippines, and Caramoan Islands is really magnificent. It's a group of islands where we have white sand beaches, we have cliffs where you can climb, we have a lot of tourist destinations where you can island hop or extreme adventure. So I would really like to promote Caramoan. It's also very famous in Camarines Sur.
There's a campaign to hashtag love local.
Yeah.
What local product would you like to promote and why?
Local product in Camarines Sur that I would want to promote is the pili nut. We are very famous for that. We have been the province that is abundantly producing pili nuts, and for me, it's very timely that we promote that, because you know, to harvest the pili nut, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time to produce just the pili nut itself, and it's also very healthy and it's delicious as well. I hope you had tried it.
Your last question is, what do you think young people should focus on?
I think young people should focus on their dreams. They should know what their purpose, their passion in life is, because that will drive them to what they want to achieve in life. And they should focus on making themselves better and turning their weaknesses into their advantages. So I think that the youth should focus on themselves and to become responsible citizens in our community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having